Me.
Aside from Christian, of course, goes without saying, a number of things. I think the story of Red Bull, what Dietrich has built with the Red Bull brand is nothing short of phenomenal. I don't think it's an overstatement to say one of the most pioneering visionary entrepreneurs of his generation. So that is hugely inspiring. And then, of course, the story of Red Bull Racing and what you, Christian, and the wider team have built with the team, from being a real challenger and an outsider right at the beginning, through to where, of course, we are now as the Constructors Champions, the Driver Champion. Those two things combined, I think, are, of course, immensely attractive and something that anyone would be immensely proud to partner with. And then, of course, the people. And any business endeavour, anything you're looking to achieve in life, personal relationships are really important. The wider culture across the Red Bull Racing team really shines through from the first interaction. So for us, there was really no question whatsoever as soon as the opportunity, even a glimmer of an opportunity presented itself to partner with the team, we as a business knew it was one we had to grab with both hands. For Castore, any partnership, the foundation, the principle has to be innovation. We are a challenger brand. My brother and I started Castore 6 years ago as a challenger to the superpowers, the mega brands of the sportswear market. So for us to compete, to survive and thrive in that world, we have to be more competitive, more creative, more innovative than our larger competitors. And it will be that philosophy that we bring to this partnership, and creating more bespoke, more exciting products, not just for the team, but for the global Oracle Red Bull Racing fan base, connecting the team ever more closely with that global fan base as the world continues to digitise. And then, of course, as the sport continues its global growth journey, which has been absolutely amazing in the last couple of years, and in my mind will absolutely continue, making sure that this partnership is at the forefront of that change, pioneering the future.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting, and so many analogies between the Castore brand and Red Bull of being that challenger team and taking on the establishment, and that's what really appealed to us about your brand, your story. It just seemed to dovetail beautifully into everything who and what we are, and the quality of the product and so on. It was for us in the end, it was a no-brainer. I think for me, it's the fear of failure, and that drives you on once you taste the success. And winning is almost like an addiction, and once you've tasted it and felt it, you just want to keep that feeling and sense of achievement going. And it's the fear of not being able to achieve that keeps driving us on as an organisation or as an individual. So in the end, I think winning is a form of addiction.
Now, of course, and Castore, we're earlier on in our journey than you guys are as a team, but I think the mindset, as you say, Christian, is almost completely identical, really well aligned. I don't know what the business equivalent of winning Constructors Championships and Drivers Championships is, but we're certainly on that journey. But absolutely the mindset is the same, and I think for me it all comes from passion. You have to be so passionate about what you do. For us, for my brother and I, for the wider Castore team, we love creating amazing products that people are going to love. We love partnering with teams and helping them connect with their fans. It's that deep and genuine passion about what you do, building a brand that we're incredibly proud of, that gets you out of bed every day at 5 a.m. and keeps you going during the tough times and the inevitable setbacks. So if you can combine that passion with fear of failure, hopefully we're on an exciting journey together.
No, absolutely. Well, as a subsidiary of an energy drinks company taking on these massive brands and teams like Ferrari and Mercedes and Williams and McLaren at the time, we were a subsidiary of an energy drinks company. And so, there was no expectation on Red Bull to deliver, but we had a determination that we wanted to take on the establishment. We wanted to be that challenger. And I think that the key thing for us is it's a people business, it's a people sport, and if you get the right team together, the right group of people, and they share the same vision, and you have a culture that has a can-do attitude, then I think it demonstrates that anything is possible. And so we were able to take on and beat, as we were once called just as a fizzy drinks company, Ferrari and Mercedes and all these iconic brands and teams and manufacturers. And that's all down to the people. It's all down to the culture and how you operate as a team.
Oh, so much. I think Formula One, there's probably not many, if any, more exciting sports in the world at the moment. We all have seen the fantastic growth in recent years, partly driven by Drive to Survive, but also more broadly the amazing competition in the sport at the moment, which of course Oracle Red Bull Racing are absolutely at the forefront of. And for us, we talk a lot internally about better never stops. Again, we're a challenger brand. We're competing against kind of blue chip names that are far more established than us. We need to work harder. We need to be more creative. That for us manifests itself in better never stops. And I think the mindset across Formula One with Red Bull Racing, it very well aligns with that. We need to find the marginal gains. We need to have that attention to detail, leaving no stone unturned in the search for improvement. So to partner with a team in Formula One and to be partnering with Red Bull Racing is really special. It absolutely is. Me personally,
you look fit you're the right size.
Yeah, small and skinny, so I've got half a chance.
You're a good driver?
I'll be honest, Christian, I'm not the best driver. I failed my test 4 times.
Oh, did you?
All major fails rather than built-up minors, so does that qualify me to even get in an F1 car? I'm not so sure. So I think as much as I would love to fancy myself as an F1 driver, I'll stick to sportswear for now.
I think it takes a huge amount of dedication. It's a matter of leaving no stone unturned. It's all about the marginal gains. It's all about attention to detail in this business. And I think, we have 22 different departments across the whole company, and it's each one of those departments has got to step up and deliver and go that extra yard. And I think that's where the team's done an incredible job the last couple of years, coming out the back of COVID and so on. And again, a massive regulation change for this year has been a big challenge for the business, but the way it's applied itself, it's adapted to, changing rules and regulations and challenges. That's been part of the dynamicism of the team and how we've taken on these challenges. So yeah, I'd say that was a key factor.
It's incredibly important for Castore to partner with teams like Red Bull Racing that have had the unbelievable success that you guys have. I think if you look back at the history of the sportswear industry, the best brands have often used partnerships like this one to really propel themselves to the next level. There's myriad examples of that. And for me, there's a lot of hard work ahead of us, of course. And as always in life, you can only control the controllables. But I absolutely think there's an opportunity for this partnership, Castore with Oracle Red Bull Racing, to be the type of partnership that helps take us to the next level as a brand. And when you're building a brand, there's a lot of tangible, logical reasons why customers will engage with you and support you and buy your products. But there is also many intangible, and we call them internally the magic gold dust. You can sprinkle some magic gold dust on your brand, and this partnership has the opportunity to do that, and there's very, very few of those opportunities globally, which is why we're so excited by this partnership.
I think the key thing for us as well was a little bit obviously about the brand, but mainly about the quality. And I think when we saw the quality of your gear and equipment and clothing, it blew us away that it was such a big step from where we'd been and what we were used to. And so you've got to believe in the product. And I think the product, is fantastic. And I think with the assets that we have, with the drivers and the team and so on, to push and test that product. But I think, when people get to experience, through the merchandise and so on, the quality of garments that you guys are producing has just taken things to the next level, which is what we're about, is always about pushing the boundaries and trying to go to the next level with the engagement with our fans across all aspects of everything, that we do. Well, I guess we're very like-minded. Red Bull Racing is a relatively young team. You're a young company. I think it's like-minded minds, competitive, people that are gonna do everything that we can to be and have success together. And I think the other key thing is to enjoy it along the journey, because I think when you enjoy something, you just do it that bit better. And I think all the interaction that we've had with Castore so far has been it's been fun as well as dynamic and with the opportunities for the future.
Absolutely. I think that disruptive mindset that Red Bull Racing as a team have had right from the beginning was so inspiring to us. And my brother and I only started our business back in 2016, and the journey that you guys have been on since then, disruption, innovation, commitment to push those boundaries, I think have been at the heart of your guys' team right the way through that journey. So when you've got that alignment of interests combined with culturally, as you say, Christian, we always need to work hard. We always need to be seeing how far we can push the boundaries, but we all want to enjoy the journey along the way. That is a really compelling foundation on which to build any partnership. Better Never Stops for us is our DNA. It's at the centre of everything that we do, whether that be product quality, which we always have to create higher quality products than our competitors, whether that's with our digital platform, whether that's with the way that we engage with our customers. We have to always find that 1%, find those marginal gains, and there is such a close alignment and very, very like-minded thought process that goes into everything that we're doing with Red Bull Racing as part of this partnership, as well as the sport more generally. You used the word earlier, Christian, competitive. This is such a competitive sport. This is such a competitive industry that we're in. You have to be people, you have to be teams that rise to that challenge. You can't shrink from it. So Better Never Stops is always core to everything Castore does, and I think will be core to this partnership as well.
Yeah, I might borrow it, because I mean it epitomises everything that we're doing. Better Never Stops is Formula One, and if you want to succeed in this business, there's no more competitive sport, around the world. So, and it epitomises what you need, the mindset that you need to have success. I think what's next for us is to try and stay there, and there's one thing getting there, and then it's another challenge staying there, because suddenly you become from being the hunter to being the hunted, and you don't have many friends when you get to the top. It's amazing how unpopular you become with your competitors. But I think that adds as another motivation that that you're doing something right when there's other teams having a crack at you. And I think that for us, our motivation, having achieved these World Championships and having brought the Constructors' Championship back, to the factory for the first time in 9 years, now the challenge is to keep those trophies here and use all the lessons that we've learned, last year and apply them again in 2023.
On that point, Christian, my brother and I founded Castore, our founding vision, which remains our North Star that drives us to this day. We wanted to create Castore and build the #1 premium sportswear brand in the world and become a genuinely global brand. I think we're still on that journey. So for you guys, as a team that's right at the pinnacle of your sport, to partner with and be surrounded by people that are still the hunters rather than the hunted, I think hopefully will instill that mindset as well, which will hopefully benefit us both.
For me, it's all about the competition. I mean, I enjoy, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon when the lights go out. For me, that is what it's all about. It's still a sport. For those 2 hours, it's about, the team. It's about the driver and machine, getting the very most out of them, and it goes so quickly. And then, of course, everything outside of that is a business. It's dealing with the media, or it's commercial, or it's all those other, or it's political, or all those other aspects. But for me, the passion still boils down to the bit on a Sunday afternoon, which is the sport between 20 drivers going for it and 10 teams, and when you see that checkered flag first that you've achieved everything that you could on that day in history.
Maybe Christians, if it was for just a week. I don't know I could survive it any more than that, Christian, but a week doing your job might be an interesting experience. But if it was for any longer, I'd quite like to try my hand at the pit crew.
Yeah.
So to that, as you said earlier, when the light goes out 2 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, to be part of that team, and of course the whole team make a huge contribution, but a direct impact. We all know that races often come down to those tiny details, those marginal gains. I think that would be a really interesting experience.
Oh, you have to come and get involved. We're looking for a new front jack man. For me, I think culture is crucial. It embodies who you are and how you go about your business. And for me, that comes from the top down. You have to live and breathe it and lead by example. I think I genuinely believe it makes a difference in your performance, in your results. It differentiates us from our competitors of who we are, and being comfortable with who we are. So for me, I think culture is everything.
I completely agree with that, and there are no shortcuts. In business, everybody is very good at talking about strategy, strategic vision, and then tactical plans that will help us achieve the strategic objective, both of which, of course, are really important. But the cultural aspect, which is inherently less tangible, you can't write it on a piece of paper necessarily, you can't measure it in a spreadsheet, but it's how people feel when they walk through the doors of that building every day. It's whether they are going the extra mile in one of the many departments that contribute to the ultimate objective of the organisation. It's the things that nobody sees often, and it takes a long time to establish that, and it requires constant stewardship. If you take your eye off the ball for even a moment, the culture can disintegrate from where you want it to be. But I completely agree, Christian, in any business, whether that's sporting or in the commercial world, culture can and is a genuine competitive advantage.
Yeah, and you've got to live it, and you can see in your business, you and your brother, you both live it and embody that culture, and I think that's crucial. Whether it's in business or in a sporting team, to achieve the kind of results that you're striving for.
Absolutely.